All right, folks, now listen to what House Foreign Affairs Committee Chair Congressman Mike McCall says about that $6 billion prisoner swap deal. Watch this.
The idea that the Ayatollah is not going to have any control over this money, and by the way, we're talking about $6 billion, right? $6 billion. Look, I want to get these Americans home more than anybody, but we have to go in eyes wide open. $6 billion that now is going to go into Iran and prop up their proxy war terror operations and their nuclear bomb aspirations.
All right, retired four-star General Jack Keane is with me now. General, is this prisoner swap in some way connected to a possible Iran nuke deal?
Well, that possibility is out there, certainly, and people who are privy to the negotiations believe that is in case of fact. I mean, what makes this so unusual, Stuart, is that normally we analyze a deal that's made after the deal is complete and the hostages are in American control again. The Iranians still control these hostages, albeit they're no longer in prison. They're at a hotel someplace. And that is why we don't have an administration official also on television responding to Chairman McCall's concerns and defending the specifics of the deal, because they're concerned that this thing could still blow up in their faces based on what's happening out in the national press. The leakers of the deal, how the media got a hold of the fact that this has taken place, are Iranian officials themselves. They leaked it initially to the New York Times. The administration asked the Times not to publish it. They agreed not to publish. The Iranians went to other sources, and the deal got out there. I think when you draw back from this and look at it, one, the amount of money involved is truly significant. $6 billion versus the $400 million in the Obama administration down payment, followed by a $1.5 billion for hostage release. That was U.S. taxpayers' dollars. This is money owed Iran from South Korea. My concern is simply this. The administration is making a claim that the money it will not go to fuel Iran's aggressive behavior in the region. It's going to go directly to the Iranian people, and there's going to be some guardrails to ensure that's going to happen. I think you have to have a healthy dose of skepticism about that. This is Iran. They control everything that takes place inside that country, to include their own people. So that's number one. The second thing is, and this is really the issue for me, does this provide Iran the incentive to do this again, even though this method appears different from the past? And I think overwhelmingly it does, Stuart. It certainly is going to provide them to go back out and get American citizens as hostage. They've been in the extortion hostage business since 1980s, and it's a very handsome reward for them.
Do you put any stock in these reports, which I've been reading, not from terribly reliable sources, which suggest that the Iranians are very close to actually testing a nuclear weapon? Do you put any store in that?
I do, because the Iranians are, at least the last time we've had any valid report on it, is at least that's 60% weapons grade. The control during the so-called nuclear deal was 3.5% uranium enrichment. So they're very close to going to weapons grade in a few weeks. And that testimony was provided no less than the Assistant Secretary of Defense for Policy in the Pentagon a number of weeks ago. So, yes, they are close to it. They haven't taken that extra step. I think they know full well that would likely trigger a response from Israel for sure. What the United States' role is ambiguous about what would take place, but we've said from the outset that we will not tolerate Iran having a nuclear weapon. So, yes, and it's supposedly there's a secret handshake on this deal with the hostages, that there may be some accommodation to Iran on the nuclear deal and removing some of the sanctions if they hold at 60% or go to a lower enrichment grade. We'll see if that materializes. My view, we should be increasing sanctions on Iran.
Yeah.
Their aggression in the region is obvious. You just reported we're putting troops back into the region. We're putting capability back in because they're interfering with Persian Gulf oil that's being distributed out of the Gulf. and we're trying to ensure that protection. This is Iranian raw aggression to dominate and control the region, and we've got to recognize that they are really an adversary, and every time we try to appease them, what do we get? We get more aggression. That is the mantra of the regime, Stuart.
Don't display weakness, please. General Jack Keane, thank you very much for being with us, sir. Always appreciated. Hope to see you again soon.